Here we have a new 2026 Honda Ridgeline. This one comes in the TrailSport trim level in Sonic Gray Pearl. Love this paint color. And then we have black leather interior. The powertrain consists of a 280 horsepower, 3.5 liter naturally aspirated V6 engine. That's made it to a 9-speed automatic transmission. And really like this spec here, specifically with it being a TrailSport. As we come around to the front end here, we do get our LED headlamps along with our LED daytime running lights. We also get LED fog lights as well. The lights don't dance like that. That's just how my camera's picking them up. But I love, love, love this gray. Love how it kind of matches with the paint there on the grill. It just, it's nice. As we come around to the wheels here, these are gonna be 18-inch alloy. Again, I like that kind of galvanized gray look. It just pairs really well with this paint. Passive keyless entry on the front. Memory seat function. We have one-touch up and down windows on the front, regular power windows on the back, power door lock controls, rear window lock there, bottle holder, pockets there, gas cap release, and then we do get our blind spot monitor there for the side mirrors. Hood release here, foot pedal parking brake, and then we have our power folding mirror controls and all of that there. Econ mode, parking sensors, lane departure, etc. Even a windshield de-icer, which is nice. Manual tilt telescoping steering wheel. And then here's the power driver's seat with two-way power lumbar support. But I want to give a huge thanks to Darrell Waltrip Honda here in Franklin, Tennessee for allowing me to review this vehicle today. I'll leave a link below in the description. But if you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. Now these windows are kind of tinted, so I just try to show the important stuff. I have the seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6 feet with longer legs, so we're gonna check out the rear space sitting behind myself. So not terrible, especially if you see the door opening, not that wide, but still, you know, relatively good use of the space for this kind of truck. Seat back pockets are on both sides. We get the rear AC vents, and then there's a 12 volt down there. There's a view of the front from back here. And with that power moonroof, we do have the shade up now, and I'll show you how that slides back momentarily. And then middle seat bottle holders, little storage tray there. I don't know why these lights don't work when the car's on. And then we do have the top tethers. I like how they did this, having them covered, and you can hook them in right there for all 3 seats. And then you can hang a shirt or pair of pants on this hook if you need to. Child locks are right here, so you just lock, unlock there. And you can pull this up. You can get better access to the storage underneath the seat. Fuel fillers there. This will take regular, no problem. As we come back around to the back, I like the bigger exhaust tips. Tow hitch is right there. There's a look underneath the truck. Now, one of the coolest things about the Ridgeline is you actually have access to an underbed storage compartment, which is always a great use for a cooler, I think. Kind of fill it up a little bit, put your drinks, your lunch, whatever in there. Then your spare tires right there. Then we still have the spray on bed liner and all that. And then we're gonna open this, have a little storage tray there. So it's actually pretty usable. Now, as we come around to the rear passenger side, just gonna take a quick look from this angle. Again, you can do the same thing with that seat there. And then your lower anchors where the car seats are hidden back in there. You can kind of see them. And then front passenger seat, power seat back, seat bottom. So 4-way power there. Lockable glove compartment with the owner's manuals. As we come back around to the front, just a quick look in the engine bay. And there's that 3.5 V6. And before we hop in, I'm just gonna show off the blinkers. We do get them in the side mirrors. And there they are for the front. But now let's get in the driver's seat. So nice leather wrap steering wheel here. I like the perforation on the sides. It feels really sporty, looks good too. There's the horn. Now over here to the screen, we do get AM, FM, XM, along with Bluetooth. We get wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto as well. Navigation systems here, pretty easy to use. You can use your voice recognition as well. And then all of your other apps are pretty much in this, this menu here. So you can see all of those. But I mean, a pretty nice system overall. Everything you need is in here. Everything makes sense where it is. Your system settings, change your language there if you want. And then you also have your, I went the wrong way, sorry. Your vehicle settings right here. So you can change all of that, even the meter setup, if you want to change your units of measurement. Backup cameras here. Now we do have the guidelines that follow as you turn the steering wheel. And then down here, hazards, dual zone automatic climate controls. Then we can get to the rear, turn that on or off, or adjust the settings there. And then 3-stage heated seats for the front. Wireless charging pad there. You get a USB-A that connects directly to the radio. Then you have a USB-C for charging, 12 volt there. And then bottle holders are here. Again, a 9-speed automatic transmission. So park, reverse, neutral, drive. And then you can toggle the sport mode. And you can use the paddle shifters behind the steering wheel to go into that manual mode. And you can see what gear you're in, that bottom part in the middle part of the gauge cluster. Then we have our auto stop toggle here. And if you want to change your modes there, you can. Let me get this off real quick. So normal, snow, mud, sand. For that all-wheel drive system, hit that button. Center console cubby space. And then garage door transmitter in the rear mirror. And then sunglasses holder. The lights are there. And you have these as well. I like that. And then you can power slide the roof, that rear window there, and just push in the tilt. But I'm going to show you the one-touch slide here. So pretty nice. And while that closes, I'll show you this. And then the garage door, or not the garage door, but the vanity mirror here. I got distracted because for whatever reason, this lady just pulled right in front of me. I'm kind of frightened. But left side stalk, blinkers, the lights, fog lights, and then we have the intermittent wipers here, one time off, intermittent low, high. We can adjust the intermittent frequency right in here, and then pull up for the front fluid. Go through the track list, radio station presets here, volume down, volume up. And then we can use this to scroll through what we have over here, including our range and fuel. A lot of different options you can go through though. Even the torque distribution, which is always nice. Voice recognition. And then this activates the safety sense, or the safety system here. You can turn that on. That's the cruise, and then lane centering, the gap for the cruise, heated steering wheel toggle, then set your speed and cancel there. Push button start. Finally, here's the key fob with remote start. And next, let's go ahead and take this 2026 Honda Ridgeline TrailSport out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this Ridgeline, I like how this drives just like the Honda Pilot, the Honda Passport. I'm saying all that to say it's a V6. You have all-wheel drive here. You have the 9-speed automatic. It drives more like a Honda than a pickup truck. And people in this segment, that's what they want. I kind of go in and out of the market for a Ridgeline myself because they're relatively fuel efficient compared to a full-size pickup. And for people like me, I basically just use it to haul stuff, trash, or if I need to pick up a machine or something like that. And I don't need a full-size truck. So people like that, people like me, these are more of our style, even more so than the Canyons, the Colorados, even the Frontiers. I just think this and the Hyundai Santa Cruz are really good options. Even the Ford Maverick, for people who just like to use the bed for things and they're not necessarily trying to tow a camper or something like that. But the Ridgeline is kind of in that middle, almost a gray area as well, because it can tow a decent amount compared to a Maverick or a Santa Cruz. But I like how these drive. I like how they handle. I think they're really good daily drivers, and the reliability is there as well with the V6. Now I will say, I feel like the space could be a bit better in these. They just feel tight on the inside, but they're not too tight, if that makes sense. I just feel like you get a little bit more space in, let's say, a Santa Cruz or something like that. But you also have a more usable bed as well. This feels closer to a full-size truck bed than it does to a Ford Maverick truck bed, in my opinion. Might have something to do with the usability of that underbed storage, which I absolutely love. But this truck is quiet too. It's very easy to drive. It's not ever doing too much, in my opinion. It's just very smooth as it comes down the road. Very comfortable. Gonna put it into the sport shift mode here. Try these paddle shifters out. Here we go. So didn't want to floor it, but wanted to give it a little something. Pretty quick, love the sound. Now I do want to give one more thanks to Darrell Waltrip Honda here in Franklin, Tennessee for allowing me to review this truck today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. But again, one of the reasons this is such a great truck, I think, is it drives down the road more like a small SUV. The sound acoustics in here are pretty good. Wind noise is minimal. Just a tad bit of road noise here. This is a rougher stretch of the interstate anyway. But it has so much to offer here for under 48 grand sticker price. All the tech you could want is here. You have a moon roof, you have a power sliding rear window, that very usable, capable bed back there. And then you can do some off-roading as well with the different drive modes and that all-wheel drive capability. And still relatively efficient. I think you're getting like 18 city, 23 highway. You could probably do a bit better. But what I like about it is it's very simple. It makes a lot of sense. It's easy to drive. There's not a giant learning curve like having a bed behind you. The visibility here is great. You're lower to the ground. And for those of us that kind of, you know, capability of a truck is one thing, but if you're just needing it for hauling things around town, you need a few bags of mulch or something like that, you're not gonna wanna sacrifice the ease of driving compared to, let's say, a Honda Civic or a Honda Accord. And this has a very small learning curve to it compared to getting a full-size truck because it has a smaller footprint overall. But I just like how easy it is. It's an easier pill to swallow, I think, as opposed to getting a four-wheel drive pickup or something like that. It's a Honda. It just happens to be a pickup truck. And I think a solid deal for the money. You could go down a level or two in the trim if you want to save money. You just want the truck. You don't need to have heated seats, the navigation, the power sunroof. But I think this is a good way to go, especially if this is going to be a daily driver, because it has all the creature comforts and all the capability. You might be like, you know what, I don't need to have my Civic or whatever. I'll just have one truck, save on the insurance and all that, because overall the truck, it drives more like a Honda Civic or a Honda Accord than it does a Silverado, in my opinion, and that's why you want one of these. So all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2026 Honda Ridgeline TrailSport.